Welcome back, YouTube. Sensei Domino here. Welcome to the Spine Ticks After Party. Got some great stuff to share with you tonight. I have one TTM return, some friend mail, and some eBay pickups. But let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with the TTM. So this TTM comes from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The initials are RG. This is a former star Major League Baseball pitcher. And they did use the pouch. And it's Ron Guidry. He signed this really nice 1984 O-Peachy. It's got a great looking signature. This is my second return from Mr. Guidry. He is one per, but he does sign for free. I'm really happy to get this one back. So thank you so much, Mr. Guidry. Really appreciate you taking the time, and really happy to add this autograph to the collection. Thank you so much. All right, next we have some friend mail. This comes from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. This is from Mr. J. Pylon. And a couple weeks back, I sent him a Ron Gant that he needed for his Ron Gant collection. And he sent me an email back and said if I ever need any custom cards to let him know. And so after thinking about it for a little bit, there is one individual that I have wanted to send a TTM out to, but as far as I know, he doesn't have too many cards. I did pick up the card that is considered his rookie card, but it was long after he had made his Major League Baseball debut. But I am fascinated by his story. And Jay made 3 custom cards that look absolutely fantastic, so thank you so much, Jay. They are of Ron the Kai. And Ron the Kai is best known for striking out 27 batters in a minor league game. And he's the only person to ever do so. And he is a TTM signer, so would love to get these out to him and try to get them signed. But here we have this one right here. This is styled like the 1952 Topps. Did a great write-up on the back right here. Nakai struck out 27 batters in a 9-inning game, which he accomplished while playing with the Class D Appalachian League team, the Bristol Twins, May 13th, 1952. He is the only pitcher ever to do so in a 9-inning game. In his next start, Nakai threw a 24 strikeout 2-hitter. So definitely one of the most dominant 2-game stretches in baseball history. But yeah, I can't wait to get these out to try to get signed. The card that I guess is considered his rookie card. I don't remember what year it is. I think it might be 1977. But Fritsch's 1-Year Wonders, I believe, is what it's called. And he has a card in that set. And so I'll be sending that along with these customs. This one's designed like the 1953 Topps, which the 1953 Topps might be my favorite design of the 1950s. Well, I guess Topps design, because I love the 53 Bowman. 53 was such a great year for cards. There's the back of this Nakai. And then we have this one right here, where it basically takes the 2 images right here. Puts them on one card. This looks fantastic. And there's the back. So again, thank you so much, Jay. Really appreciate you doing this for me. And I'm going to have to get this out to Mr. Nakai really soon because can't wait to get his autograph in my collection, that's for sure. All right, so next, on to some eBay pickups. I guess we'll go ahead and start with some autographs. Knock out a little bit more of this giant stack of autographs that I've been picking up. This is all hockey. We will start with a 1980-81 Topps. Really a big fan of the Topps of this year because they had this little scratch off spot right here. And without scratching this off, you don't even know the player's name. But this is Jim Rutherford. Even on the back, it doesn't say the name. It just says the team name and then the position. With the O-Peaches, it actually says their name. And I'd much prefer to have that than what Topps tried to do. Still great looking autograph right there. Next, we have a 1984-85 Topps. It's Don Beaupre. Next, I have a few autographs of this individual. First, we have the 1984-85, just like the Beaupre. Got two of these. This is Rajon Lemelin. And then we have 1985-86. Reggie Lemelin, Rajon Lemelin. Really like the backs of these. All right, next we have a 1986-87 Topps. Stan Smill. Picked up a few of his autographs over the past few months. Next, back to the 1984-85. Craig Ramsey. All right, next moving on to the 1988-89 Topps. We have Steve Casper. As well as Dirk Graham. Legendary stash right there. And Steve Larmer. All right, next, moving to 1978-79 Topps. We have Peter Mahovlich. Nice looking signature right there in blue ink pen. Next, we have a 1981-82. I'm not sure. This might be a rookie card. I didn't actually look. It's actually card number 1 in the set. And this is Dave Babish. And we have the ink pen autograph. I definitely don't mind ink pen autographs. I think they look great on cards. Really nice on baseballs as well. I need to look. I think that might be his rookie card. And we also have the 1984-85 Dave Babish. Next, moving on to 1987-88, Russ Courtnall. I showed an autograph of his last week when he was playing for the Dallas Stars. This is obviously earlier in his career. Really nice player. Enjoyed watching him play when the Stars first came over from Minnesota. He was one of their better players for sure. All right, next, this is a 1986-87. Really happy to get this one. This is O-Pee-Chee, actually. This is Brent Sutter. It's got a really nice autograph. It's a large autograph. It's kind of hard to see with the background. But it's really big. It goes all the way up into here and then down here. Nice card. All right, next, this is 1988-89. Really nice player. Pat Verbeek. Great looking auto. All right, next I have quite a few autographs of this individual. I think 3. This is 1975-76. And this is ink pen. Butch Goring. Great image right there. Love 1970s hockey. Next, this is actually 1973-74. Butch Goring. This one's definitely diamond cut. Nice looking signature right there. And then we have 1978-79. Butch Goring. All right. Next, I think I have 4 autographs of this individual. This is a 1981-82 Super Action. Rick Middleton. Again, ink pen autograph. This is also 81-82. This is like the team leaders card. Rick Middleton signed it right there. That one, definitely a pen, but it looks more like a different type of pen, not really a ballpoint pen. Because it looks like it's a little bit streaky, a little bit faded. But still, it looks pretty good. All right, next, back to the ballpoint pen. This is a 1984-85 Rick Middleton. That auto looks really nice. And then we have a 1985-86 Topps. And Rick Middleton. And with the sort of dark background on this one, he signed right here, so you can see his autograph much better. Very nice. All right, next, this is a 1987-88. This is a TTM legend and borderline Hall of Famer. Happy to get another autograph of his. I actually, when I first started getting back into TTMing, probably 2+ years ago now, one of the first people that I sent to was actually an email request was to this individual, and he sent me back like 8 signed things or something. He's a very generous guy, but really happy to get another autograph of his. This is, like I said, this is 87-88 Topps. This is Brian Prop. Guffaw. Great looking signature right there. Guess that's like a fine point Sharpie or something. They signed it in a really good place right there. Definitely a borderline Hall of Famer. In my mind, he is a Hall of Famer. We'll see if he gets elected at some point, but really happy to get that autograph. All right, next, this is another one I was super excited to get. I actually have this card not signed. Really happy to pick up one that is signed. This is a rookie card, Hall of Fame rookie card. 1978-79. Ernie Fedorko. Just a great looking autograph right there on his rookie card. So I was ecstatic to win this in an auction. I had seen it once before and I got outbid at the last second, but happy to get this one. Centering's a little worse on this one, but I don't mind. It's still a Hall of Fame rookie autograph of a really nice player, so happy to pick this up. Speaking of Hall of Famers, moving back to 1984-85, this guy's father, Mr. Hockey, one of the legends of the game, but this is Mark Howe. Both of these are in ballpoint pen. This auto looks a little better than this one. I think they're both pretty nice. Of course, his father is the legendary Gordie Howe. Really happy to get those. And the last one, this is a 1973-74. This one does have some creasing in it. I'll point it out here in a minute, but really happy to pick up this guy's autograph. Hall of Famer. I did not have an autograph of this individual, so happy to get this. This is Jacques Lemaire. And there is a crease right here and then a crease right there, which I couldn't really tell when I was actually bidding on it, but when it showed up and it had the creasing, I mean, yeah, I'm a little disappointed, but still happy to get a Jacques Lemaire autograph. And again, his autograph is in ballpoint pen right here. Kind of hard to see. Definitely there, and really happy to get this. All right, so that's all the hockey autographs that I have to show. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing those. All right, next, these are kind of cool. So, Aaron at Sports Cards and Things has been trying to find a super vintage pre-war Hawaiian flag card. And so I've sort of been keeping an eye out for one of those for him. And he was in the running for one last week. Unfortunately, he got outbid at the last second. But I will be keeping an eye out for another one of those when they pop up for Aaron, because I know how badly he wants to get one of those cards. But while I've been kind of keeping an eye on those flag cards, I did run into a really nice deal. These were all singles, but I was able to win six different flag cards. These are actually 1909 to 1911, so really old, sort of that T206 era. But these are T59. These are from a set called Flags of All Nations. This was done by the American Tobacco Company, and these have several different types of backs. All of the backs that I have are Recruit cigars, but they have different color backs, and some of them were different factories and different sets. I guess there were several different sets because I think there were 4 series that were released. So some of these are 150 backs, and some of these are like 200 backs, and yeah, I think a lot of them are about 150 backs. But anyway, let me go ahead and get started. These are gorgeous looking cards. Really happy to pick these up, and these were certainly affordable. We have Vienna right here, Parliament House. Just gorgeous condition for the age. Well over 100 years old. And there's the bags, the Recruits, little cigars, all tobacco, no paper, not a cigarette. This is the Flags of All Nations series. This is the 150 design. I think this is Factory 29 in Virginia, but almost need a magnifying glass for that. Next, got this Madrid flag. It's the art gallery. Pretty cool. Again, great condition. This one actually is printed in blue. This one looks more like it's black. It might be a dark blue, but it looks much darker than this one. This one's actually got a much brighter back as well. This one looks like it's Factory 25 in Virginia as well. All right, next we have Egypt. Got the pyramids down there. And this looks like it's a darker blue. This is Flags of All Nations series. And this looks like it's factory number 240 in Pennsylvania. First district or something. I'm not sure what that says. All right, next we have the England Man of War flag. This one looks more like it's a black color back. This is Flags of All Nations 100 design. So I'm guessing this is a Series 2 maybe. Factory 25 in Virginia. Next we have Australia. This one actually has red back. There might be something. I'm not sure if that's a hair or something that's in the plastic or what. A little something right there. But that's definitely not a crease. I think that might be a hair, but I'd have to check. Got a nice red back. This is a factory 503 maybe. District of M. Ryland or something. This might be my favorite back right here. This red really stands out. And the last one, shout out to Fabian, undrafted player. I showed this to him on Aaron's stream last week, I believe. We have Paris, the Palace de la Concorde. And this is a 150 design, District 25, Virginia. These are pretty cool. This is a really nice set. I definitely would like to pick up a few more cards from this, but 4 series of 50. This is a 200 card set, so not a excuse me, not a set that I plan to completely build. But I would like to pick up a few more cards from this set over the next few months. So hopefully you enjoyed seeing those. Give me 1 second. I think I got to get a drink. All right, so next, I got a small 2-card lot that's going to lead into a larger lot that I've had sitting around for about 2 months. But I picked this up for really cheap. And so happy to get these into the collection. This is a 1972-73 Topps. Got Jerry Sloan. This one's definitely got a little bit of corner wear, a little more corner wear than I would like. These corners are kind of rough. He is a Hall of Famer, so happy to get a playing days card of Jerry Sloan. I don't believe I had one up until this point, but this was the card I was definitely excited to get. This is a 1977-78 Topps. This is George the Iceman Gervin. Just a great looking card. This card is in fantastic shape, sharp corners. Centering isn't too bad. I love these brighter greenbacks. They actually have one that's like considered like gray back, but it's kind of like a darker green. But I love the brightness of this. It really stands out. Happy to get this George Gervin. This is probably the 70s basketball set that I think I'm the closest to completing, partly because of this lot that I'm about to show. I think there are 43 cards in this lot. There is some duplication, but there are lots of Hall of Famers. Unfortunately, there aren't creases in some of these, but I'll find a card here in a minute that I can kind of show you. But there are some of these that have, like, I don't know, like impressions or something on the top right and the bottom left that give it the appearance of, sort of being a warped card. I don't think that these ever had any sort of liquid or anything on them. I think it might have been how it was stored for several years. So I actually have these in like card saver ones, kind of to try to, flatten these a little bit. I did contact the seller because he had actually listed these as mint condition. And so, I sent him a message and I said, there's nobody on the planet that thinks these cards are in mint condition. I understand that condition is subjective, but yeah, this is ridiculous. There are some of these are in really rough shape, and I took pictures of the edges of the cards so they could see how warped some of these cards were. And, credit to the seller. He said, if you want to send these back, I'll be more than happy to take these back and give you a full refund. But I realized how good a deal I actually got on this. So it actually made more sense for me to hold on to them as opposed to sending these back, because some of the cards that are in good condition that aren't warped more than pay for, what I paid for the lot. So although I was complaining about, misrepresentation of the cards, I guess, in the description, I still believe that I got a fair deal for this lot, and so I decided to hold on to them. But let's go ahead and get started. Enough rambling. This is the 77-78 Topps. Like I said, I think there were 43 cards, but there's some great players in here. We got Henry Bibby. Of course, this is Mike Bibby's dad. And this one's in pretty good shape. Let me see if I can, maybe this one right here. Yeah, I think you'll be able to see it on this one. So we have a Leonard Gray. I guess you can't see it. So these are flattening out a little bit, but this corner right here is sort of like pressed down. And this one right here is sort of pressed down, but I mean, I guess you can see a little bit of the warped edge right there, but it doesn't stand out near as much as it used to. So these are sort of starting to flatten out. Again, there's no creasing. It's just more like that they were sort of bent down like this at one point. It does seem to be straightening out. And I guess a few of them might be more severe than others. Not all of them were like this, just probably over half, I believe, of these had that sort of bending issue. Let's move on to some of the rest of these. We got Bob Gross. We actually have three of this. Lloyd Free or World Be Free. Not sure if this is a rookie card or not. It might be, or a second year. This one has a little bit of, yeah, this one has some scratching on it. You see those scratches? I mean, how can somebody call these mint? Let me see if you can see the bow on this one a little bit. It's definitely flattening out, which is nice to see. So I definitely prefer top loaders over card savers. I think they're definitely better protecting of cards. These card saver ones and Ultra Pro semi rigid definitely have a use. And here's another World Be Free. Not a Hall of Famer, but he was a heck of a ball player. I think he finished his career averaging 20 points a game. And next we have Cliff Pondexter. I've talked before how it seems like a lot of these cards have the players playing against Washington Bullets. Let's see. Like here on the Blazers. He's a bullet anyway. Yeah, it seems like a lot of the cards, for whatever reason, have the teams playing against the Bullets. It's the same in this set. We actually have a couple Ken Charles. Next, we have a Lonnie Shelton. Washington Bullets. I would definitely love to find out why the Bullets are featured on so many of these cards from this era. Larry Keenan. Famer Jamal Wilkes. Here we go with the bullets. Hall of Famer Elvin Hayes. A pair of these. I've mentioned before that I'm trying to build the player run of Elvin Hayes cards because my father went to the same college as Elvin Hayes. I'm definitely a fan of his as well. Probably have half of his player run at this point. Next we have Don Ford. If I remember right, this one is one of the more bowed cards. Let's see how this looks. Still a little bit warped. This is a ML Carr rookie card. And I do have this one already. In fact, I think I have doubles. So I'm not too concerned about this one, but still, it's an ML Carr rookie card, so hopefully this flattens out a little more. All right, next, really happy to get this because I did not have this and have wanted this card for a while. Might be the best rookie in the set. This is Adrian Dantley's rookie. And he is a former Dallas Maverick late in his career. Really happy to get this. And I believe he is a TTM signer. I think he's 20 per. So I might have to send this off to him to get signed. Next we have Jim Chones. Next we have another Hall of Famer, David Thompson. I don't think this is his rookie, but it might be. I think he has a rookie in the set before, if I remember right. Another Hall of Famer, Bob Lanier. Of course, we got Wes Unseld right there, who's a Hall of Famer as well. Next, we have Dave Twardzik. Next, we have newly elected Hall of Famer in the contributor department, I believe, but Doug Collins. Really nice player. Going up against Elvin Hayes right there. Great image. Wes Unseld right there. Bill Chenier. Another Hall of Famer. I do have this card, but happy to get another. John Havlicek. Hondo. Legend. Next, we have Leonard Truck Robinson. Let me move some of these out of the way. Next, we have Mike Gale. Maurice Lucas, not a Hall of Famer, but a great player. I do have his rookie card. Another great player, Lucius Allen. Another great player, Gus Williams. Matt Calvin. And this is the big card in the set. I'm really happy to get this. I think one of these is better than the other condition-wise. Neither of them are perfect, but still happy with this because this is the big card from the set, and to get two of them is really nice. Dr. J. And neither of these have that bow, but they have a little bit of corner wear. There's some surface issues on one of these. I think it might be this one. Maybe not. This one does have a little bit of corner issue right there, but still, these are really nice. So yeah, with these being in the lot, it was definitely easier to take some of the other cards having that bow in them. Because these two Dr. J's, if I were to buy these by themselves, would probably cost more than the whole lot did for me. So thought there was a surface issue on one of these. I can't seem to find it, but that's okay. I'm not going to complain about that. This one has a little bit of a raised corner right there. And again, cards aren't perfect, but I'm okay with that. I can't see any sort of surface issue. But all right. Couple sort of mid-grade Dr. J's. Okay with that. Don't know if I showed the backs. Card number 100. Next we have John Mengelt. Not sure if I said that right. Mengelt. John's nickname is Crash. Next we have Billy Paltz. Next we have Kevin Stakem. Next we have another Hall of Famer, great TTM signer. I absolutely love this card. Just this sort of greenish background. It sort of color matches the rest of the card. I think it looks fantastic. And I do have this card signed by Bobby Jones. There's also an Artist Gilmore that sort of has like a red looking background that sort of matches up with his Bulls uniform that looks fantastic as well. Plus, he looks like he's above the rim, his head is above the rim, which is crazy. Unfortunately, that card was not in this lot, but I do have it. So next, we have a couple of Earl Tatum. E.C. Coleman. Looks like you got Pistol Pete right there. Maravich was another card that was not in this set, but I do have it. Next we have Charlie Scott, Hall of Famer. I think I have 2 or 3 of this card. I think I gave one away in a giveaway. Got Nate Tiny Archibald. Got a pair of Alt Clyde Frazier. And the last card from this lot, and another one I was really excited to get. Unfortunately, this does have some surface scratches. We got Daryl Dawkins, rookie card. Chocolate Thunder. Far from a Hall of Famer, but one of the original backboard breakers. And definitely a colorful character, naming all of his different dunks. Definitely enjoyed hearing him talk about basketball. Let's see if I can find the scratches on there. Yeah, there's one right there. I mean, these are like gouged into the cards. These aren't scratches like, on the surface. These are impressions in the card, so definitely not mint. But I did not have this card, just like I did not have that Dantley rookie card, so the very least, happy to have a placeholder until I can get a better copy of this. And big fan of Daryl Dawkins. So. All right, so that's the 77-78 top slot. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing that. All right, so the next thing that I'll be showing, this is more of the incredible care package from Eric over at the Card Closet. This is a part of 1982 top set. He probably sent me like 300 cards, which got me really close to completing the 82 top set. So going to show half of it this week and then the other half next week. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show the fronts of a few of these cards, the fronts and the backs of a few of these cards, and then I'm just going to show the fronts for the rest of the way. There's probably, I don't know, 150 cards here or so. We have Scott Sanderson. Rich Dower. Lamar Johnson. Darrell Evans, really nice player. Pretty good TTM signer from what I've seen as well. Another great TTM signer, Ernie Witt. Gary Maddox. Dave Frost. Hall of Famer Tom Seaver. in action. Another great TTM signer, Gene Garber. Dan Graham. Mike Cubbage. Britt Burns. Jeff Leonard. Bobby Castillo. Alvis Woods. Buddy Bell. Chicago Cubs future stars. Jay Howell's the biggest name there. I think Jay Howell does TTMs as well. Next we have Larry Anderson. Ron Hassey. Mike Tyson. I think he does TTMs. Mario Soto. Terry Kennedy. Roy Howell. Al Williams. Roy Lee Jackson. Rick Auerbach. Bob Clark. Greg Pryor. George Medich. Hall of Famer Jim Palmer, great TTM signer. I think he's 20 per. Bob Welsh, former Cy Young winner. I believe he won in 90 with the A's. I think he's the last person to win 25 games in a season as well. I have to double check that. Dane Orge. Matt Keogh. Don Ossie. Carney Lansford. Huge fan of Carney Lansford. Terry Bulling. Barry Bonnell. Second year Kirk Gibson. Enrique Romo. Dave Revering. Jim Wolford. Danny Ainge. This is his rookie card. Of course, he went on to play in the NBA for many years. Checklist. Lee May. Andy Rincon. Tony Pena. Jeff Jones. Fred Brining. Hall of Famer Ted Simmons. Ramon Aviles. Roger Erickson. Otto Velez. Larry Bittner. Louis Tiant. Leaders card. Some great names on here. 81 victory leaders. Hall of Famer Tom Seaver. El Presidente, Benny Martinez. Hall of Famer Jack Morris. Steve McCaddy and Clu Haywood. Pete Vukovich. '81 ERA leaders, Nolan Ryan, Steve McCaddy. McCaddy must have had a really nice year. '81 leading relievers, Bruce Sutter and Raleigh Fingers. Pair of Hall of Famers. Next we have Dave Ford. John Ellis. Steve Garvey. Should be in the Hall of Fame. Fantastic TTM signer. Believe he's still running for Congress. Next we have Silvio Martinez. Larry Herndon. Mike Proley. St. Louis Cardinals batting and pitching leaders, Keith Hernandez, Bob Forsch. Jeff Newman. Rudy Martz. J.R. Richard. Tim Wallach. Roderick Perkins. Darrell Jackson. Shane Raleigh. Gary Renicky. Tony Bernazard. Bobby Mercer. Gary Lavelle. Might be signing an autograph for somebody. Keith Hernandez. The great Mario Mendoza. They might have to rename the Mendoza line. There are people hitting far worse than Mario Mendoza. How about the Joey Gallo line? What do you think of that? Bo McLaughlin. Call it the Gallo line. John Curtis. Jim Slayton. TTM signer Bruce Boakty. Willie Wilson. Jerry Crowley. Dwayne Kuiper. Ron Hodges. Mike Easler. Rusty Kuntz. Looks like he's signing an autograph for a fan. John Matlack. Milt May. Rufino Linares. The great Pedro Guerrero. Frank LaCourte. Tim Flannery. Fred Lynn. George Bell rookie card. This is the first time I noticed this. So they spelled it George, and they did that for a couple years, but he actually signed it George. So he actually signed it spelled George the other way. Interesting. George Bell rookie card. Nice player. Hall of Famer Tony Perez. Rodney Scott. Hall of Famer Bruce Sutter. Doug Bayer. Jim Essien. Larry Bradford. Bump Wills. Bob Watson. California Angels batting and pitching leaders, the great Rod Carew, Ken Forsch. So both Bob and Ken Forsch led their teams in ERAs this year, 81. Underrated Hall of Famer right there, Rod Carew. One of the best hitters I've ever seen. John Littlefield. And I didn't get to see much of his career. Basically, when I first got started collecting, his career was winding down. John Littlefield. I remember it was 1982 Fleer that there was a John Littlefield error that everybody was chasing back in the 80s. I haven't thought of that card in a while. Bill Russell. John Verhoeven. Brian Allard. If I remember right, his daughter played in the WNBA. I think she was drafted by the Dallas Wing, in fact. Bill Fahey. Can't think of her name, though. Next, we have Gary Templeton. Great player. Next, we have Bob Stanley. I have this card signed by Johnny Ray and Vance Law. Mike Lacoste, Bob Walk, Clint Hurdle, Danny Darwin, Steve Trout, Doug Flynn, Bill Caudill, Johnny LeMaster, Hall of Famer Don Sutton, Don Sutton in action, Randy Bass, fantastic player in the MPB Hall of Famer, Charlie Moore, Mike Hargrove, Lenny Randall, John Harris, Buck Martinez, Dave Rosema, Bill Spaceman Lee, Ed Farmer, Benny Ayala, Don Robinson, Brewers Future Stars, Frank Lupino's biggest name on there, and he also signs TTMs, or used to. Next, we got the Mariners batting and pitching leaders, Tom Paciorek, Glenn Abbott. Next, we have some All-Stars, Dave Parker. Dave Parker belongs in the Hall of Fame. Hall of Famer Gary Carter. And Hall of Famer Bruce Sutter. Next, we have Darryl Thomas. Reds Future Stars. Paul Householder is probably the biggest name on there. Next, we have Dick Davis. Roberto Ramos. Hall of Famer Jim Cott. Alex Trevino. Champ Summers. Mike Norris. Future Hall of Famer Dusty Baker. Chris Welsh. That actually looks pretty interesting. It's almost like his arm is bent the wrong way. Doesn't really look natural. Next we have Rob Wilfong. Boston Red Sox Future Stars. Some nice names on here. Bruce Hurst, Dave Schmidt. I think Bruce Hurst has a rookie card in '81. Next, we have Keith Moreland. Ken Forsch. Just a few more to go. Jerry White. Joe Rudy. Dave Topic. Rick Bassetti. Al Herboski, the Mad Hungarian. Great TTM signer. I still want to get a TTM back from him where he actually puts the Mad Hungarian on the autograph. That would be great. Checklist. Ken Brett. And the last card, Pat Zachary. So hopefully you enjoyed seeing the first part of the 1982 Topps. Again, Eric, thank you again for all your help. I will show the second half of that next week. The last half of that next week. All right, so one more thing to show this week. I want to show another group of the Perez Steel Baseball Hall of Fame art postcards. Last week I showed the last full set that I had, but this one I'm only 3 short to completing, so certainly should be pretty easy to pick these up. Hopefully I can find these for $1 or $2. These are the 3 that I'm missing: Bill Dickey, Bill Terry, and Bob Feller. So I'll be picking those up shortly. But there are certainly some great names in here. And I actually have a duplicate of the checklist. Got a pair of the checklists for this one. I think it might be the only duplicate anything that I had in this whole lot. But again, all of these are serial numbered 7715. Let's go ahead and get started. Raise this up so you can see the whole postcard. So we have Harry Heilman, Paul Wainer, Edward Barrow, and I wasn't familiar with Edward Barrow. I'd heard his name once or twice, but Edward Barrow, manager, owner, active 1903 to 1945, Hall of Fame 1953, won 14 pennants and 10 World Series. Definitely won quite a few championships and pennants, that's for sure. Next we have Chief Bender, legendary player. Next we have Tom Connolly. This was another individual I wasn't very familiar with. Umpire, active 1898 to 1953. Hall of Fame 1953. Umpired in 8 World Series. So yeah, I'm not too familiar with a lot of the umpires from this era. Next, big fan of this guy, Dizzy Dean. Love to pick up a Dizzy Dean card at some point. Next, this is Bill Clem. I believe this is another umpire. Yeah. Umpire active 1905 to 1951, Hall of Fame 1953. Umpired in 18 World Series. Next, we have Al Simmons. Bobby Wallace. Next, we have Harry Wright. Rabbit Moranville. I've tried to win his V18 blanket a couple times. Love to get that at some point. Next, we have Frank Home Run Baker. Yankee Clipper, Joe DiMaggio. Of course, famous for his 56-game hitting streak. And winning the MVP the year that Ted Williams hit 406. Next, we have Gabby Hartnett. Next, we have Ted Lyons. Next, we have Ray Schalk. Dazzy Vance. There's some great names in this third series, that's for sure. Joe Cronin. The great Hank Greenberg. I actually have his exhibit right there in my collection, so I have a Playing Days Hank Greenberg, but there are definitely a few other cards I'd like to pick up at some point. Wahoo Sam Crawford. Joe McCarthy. Zach Wheat. I believe he has a B18 blanket as well. Max Carey. Billy Hamilton. Bill McKechnie. The great Jackie Robinson. What a gorgeous image right there. And the last player card we have is Ed Roush. The last card is the checklist, which, as I said earlier, I have two of. So yeah, the ones that I'm missing are Bill Dickey, Bill Terry, and Bob Feller to finish up the third series. So hopefully I can pick those up at some point, complete the set. I don't imagine that the Dickey and the Terry would be too expensive. Maybe the Bob Feller might be closer to $5 or so. Yeah, should be able to pick those up at some point pretty easily. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed seeing Series 3 of the Perez Steel Hall of Fame postcards. Put this away. All right, that's all I have for you this week. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I want to wish all the fathers out there a happy Father's Day. I hope you get to spend time with your family during this holiday weekend. And until next time, thanks for watching the video, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.